So I wanted to go over this video. First of all, Happy New Year. If you're seeing this video, I'm basically posting the day of the new year. But the reason why I wanted to go over this video was mainly because of my experience as a man, right? How do I even start this? So today, found out that a few of my family members have seen or found my YouTube, right? And I don't really like people knowing my YouTube like that, especially people that's close to me, cause that stops me from being me. It stops me from being able to express myself, you know what I mean? Regardless of if it's politically correct, regardless of if you like it, they like it, you know what I mean? Like, I really just did this to just do something about my thoughts on things, right? And I feel as though I tried to ask them, hey, leave that alone. You know what I mean? You could follow my Instagram, you could follow my Facebook, you could follow my TikToks, all of that other shit, but leave my YouTube alone type shit, you know what I mean? And I understand how that may come off as suspiciousness or you up to something. No, you just, like, why do you need to follow me on all the pages? Like, come on, dog. Like, let me have something to myself, you know what I mean? But even if they do still follow those pages, because I can't control them, it's up to them whether they want to have their feelings hurt, you know what I mean? Like, because they're one of them type of people, and I don't want to offend them, but at the same time I don't really care, because this is the channel where I'm literally speaking how I truly feel about certain shit, and this may even be how I feel at this point of time, and it may not be right, but I mean, I have the right to be able to feel, you know what I mean, be mad at shit, you know what I mean? And growing up, I realized that I wasn't able to do that fully, because I had to be the man of the house, shit, ever since the age of 8. I say all that to say, I really did have to mask my emotions, and I still do to a point, to an extent, you know what I mean? And I feel as though even the women that's in my life that say that they want me to open up, it's like asking for emotional intelligence from a man, and emotional intelligence from a man means that he's gonna call you on your bullshit when you bullshitting. Emotional intelligence, man, not gonna put up with shit. You understand what I mean? Is gonna actually say, hey, that ain't right, or hey, you shouldn't do that, you know what I mean, type shit, especially when it pertains to that man's peace. You understand what I mean? But I bring that all back to say that this video encompasses, because truth be told, as you can see, I don't really follow Abba and Preach. It's certain shit that I agree with Abba and Preach on, but other shit, I think it's because of the Canadian thing. I think that it's also because of their Creole, I want to say Creole, and I think Abba is like East African. I agree more with Preach than I do with Abba because of he shows empathy and his understanding more. I think that Abba be just jumping out of the window on certain topics, and Preach kind of like, just that's Abba, you know what I mean? Like, that, it is what it is. Preach got his own take on things, but he kind of just leave it alone if it need to be left alone type shit. That's what I'm getting when I see them two together. But yeah, I don't really follow them too much because I don't know, sometimes the topics that they have is almost like, I won't say pandering, but I will say that they have a specific audience. I'll say that. It's almost like it teeters on the line of Asmongold's audience and independent thought Kanye West type shit.
Gotcha.
And those are damn near two of the same audiences. But no, they're going to this video of this man that has this spool of wire, right? And I'm gonna let them basically shit. But I'll let y'all understand what the spool of wire represents. Oh shit, give me a minute.
Topic, so this went viral, and a lot of people already trying to do with their opinion, but I figured I would show Preach because I don't think he's seen any of this. So here we go.
Hey, what are you doing? I came out to check on you.
Huh?
What are you doing? Thought you were working.
I'm looking at this.
What is it?
It's wire. It's a spool of wire. And I'm almost out of it. Can you see the spool of wire?
Mm-hmm.
I'm almost out of it.
Okay.
And I've had this spool of wire for like 40 years. I bought it like this it's not a piece of a long time ago, but it's like 40 years of my life is in the wire that's gone. Does that make sense? This is what's left. Does that make
I'm
sense?
sorry to hear that, and it's sad for you, but you're wearing your Jets hat, and I'm a little concerned right now that you're wearing your Jets hat. I thought that's why you were crying.
Okay, I'm done.
Just by watching that part right there, a lot of men have been in that man's place from adolescence, from little boy all the way up to 60, 70 plus years old, where those little sentimental moments, those moments of reflection of oneself, those moments of vulnerability, for lack of better words, and it's almost like it's like the Dr. T. Hassan Johnson. We're not looked at as humans to some people because yes, obviously you're a human, right? Like that sounds crazy to say, right? Obviously you're a human, but when I say that, I mean humans feel. And when we as men feel, we're looked at as monsters. Either monsters when we feel because we feel anger. Anger is an emotion and you should have that emotion go through you, pass through you. But sometimes people be scared because sometimes people end up dead. Depending on that man, you know what I mean? But this man being vulnerable at that point, the fact that this is his wife speaking to him, he chose wrong because she's trying to get a sensational viral moment, which she did, you know, on some Shia LaBeouf. Congratulations, you got your viral moment, lady. And truth be told, I already seen that he did apologize for it. I don't know what the context was. We probably gonna watch that whole thing, but I say all that to say that when men become hardened by life, and it's almost as if I remember this show, another channel called We Need to Talk, right? And he goes on to say he describes it almost as grape for men when women try to force their men or force any man, be it in their vicinity, to open up. If he don't trust you, he don't have to open up. You know what I mean? So I want to be clear, because I don't want no confusion. I already know the all police is gonna probably come to this page. Shit, it may be even some men, some male feminists. I understand the context of power dynamics within sexual assault. I also under the context behind emotion coercion, for lack of better words. I want to say grape, emotional grape, but emotional coercion. And as I looked it up, even like when I look up the first search results, it's even got the AI. No, forcing a man to be vulnerable is generally not considered emotional rape, as the term emotion typically describes severe emotional abuse. But mind you, the key factors that they use in emotional is this: coercive tactic, humiliation, isolation, and constant criticism. Coercive tactics using guilt, threats, or manipulation to pressure someone into sharing more than they want. Do I have to explain that? Is exactly what I was saying that men go when we don't want to share that with you. Don't then go into basically say that you are part of the problem by not sharing. If he doesn't feel open to share that, that's even if y'all in a, it's kind of like this. It's kind of like the same thing when women say, if you don't want to have sex with your husband, right? If you don't want to have sex with your husband, and I do believe if you don't want to have sex with your husband, you should not be forced to. And I get it. Niggas gonna be talking about the Bible says this, we do a lot of things that the Bible this tells us not to do. Okay, so y'all need to get y'all asses off my page if y'all on that type of shit. Y'all on some hypocrite type. But basically, yeah, we do a lot of things in the modern world that the Bible says that we should not do. Okay, so get that out of here. But I don't believe that women, if they don't feel like they shouldn't, like case in point, they just had a baby, right? She's going some type of postpartum, right? Postpartum depression. Why are you looking towards your wife to get some damn, I mean, even if it takes a while, I get it. If it takes a while, it takes a while. But you still should be empathetic to the part that, okay, my wife is going through, you know what I mean? Now, I'm not saying be stupid. Because if something happens to where basically it's like years and years, then you have to come to your wife and be like, when I did this marriage thing, that was part of the marriage. You know what I mean? If that was part of y'all, you know what I mean? But coercive tactics using guilt, threats, or manipulation to pressure someone into sharing what they want. I feel like it's the same thing when it comes to sex with women. That's why I said emotional coercion or emotional rape. You understand what I'm getting? Humiliation, making someone feel ashamed or degraded for their emotions or not being open. And goes back to the same thing. It basically lines the same thing. You're not being emotional enough and you're the problem. No, you give them time. You are empathetic as the wife of that man. You give them time. You try to basically make sure that they feel that this is a safe space. I would hope that you do that. Not call them a bitch or be like, you doing too much type shit. You know what I mean? Like, I don't even understand why you would marry someone that you feel like you can call a bitch. That's another thing that women don't understand. Problem. But I've seen it. I've definitely seen it, and I feel like that's definitely a problem. Like multiple times, multiple occasions where women will literally degrade that man, emasculate that man, and still in the same breath say that they love him. You know what I mean? Isolation, attempting to control who someone can talk to about their feelings, be it family, friends. I've had a situationship that it was type of shit where she wanted me to type move in with her type shit. You know what I mean? She wanted me to take, I knew, but the time I was young, you know what I mean? The time that I invested in her, you know what I mean? And I really did. I did have love for the girl. I'm not gonna hold you. I did. I think she still texts me to this day. It's been 4 years since I text her back, and she still texting me to this day. You understand what I mean? I don't even want it to be like on a type of time where I want her to think that there's a possibility that we can come back together. Cause I'm not ready for that bull. I promise. Now she can be grown. She could be elevated. She could be having her growth process. That's cool. I wish you nothing but at this point she has done so much destruction. I'm still building back up into the man that I was, or to the man that I should have been at that time. Constant criticism, putting someone down for their emotional responses. I just had this like maybe right before the holiday. Mind you, the woman in question, basically she did try to like talk to me, actually talk to me, and not talk to me like a therapy session, like going too much, being over emotional. And it was some semblance of that in the conversation. But I was like, now you thinking that I'm doing too much. Now you telling me that I'm being over emotional when you were the one that brought us on this bridge. I'm just gonna burn the bridge though. I'd be like, all right, now I gotta burn the bridge because the bridge was bullshit. It was built off of bullshit. You know what I mean? And I'm calling it out, but I'm a problem because I call it out. It's almost like rocking a hard place for some men that want to be there for the women that they love, be it family members or even girlfriends, wives, et cetera, et cetera. But the main thing I will say is protect yourself. If it's something that disturbs your peace, get away because I don't want you to be a harm to them or a harm to yourself, for at the very least, a harm to yes. You understand what I mean? Because again, I will bring it up to men that literally off themselves, and even when it comes to black, pretty hot. But protect. As we go into this new year, be more self. I'ma say it. Be more self. Even myself, it's a little bit cringe when I say be more selfish because it's like as men we are taught to be of use to society and mainly to women, you know what I mean? To women and children. As we go into this 2025, realize that in this new modern age, a lot of women do not need, and that's okay. That's okay. Women don't need men. We do need each other in relationship, but when it comes to single men, I'm talking to the single men. Single men, women don't need y'all, bruh. Now, they would like to have y'all from time to time, but if they got a couple of dollars to spare, they could just buy somebody. You know what I mean? They could buy a body, buy some help, buy some dick. You know what I mean? Rent some dick. You feel me? Rent some strength, rent some technical support, rent some emotional support. And we could do the same too. You know what I mean? We could do the same too. But the main thing is that's what I need y'all to understand when y'all going into 2025. All right. And there's, like I said before, there's nothing wrong with that. Don't think that there's something wrong with it. Yes, there's no way that we're going back. We're not going backwards. We're not reverting to the past. It's not happening. Get that out of your heads. It's not happening. And the more y'all realize that, the more y'all can be more at peace with who you are as a man in 2025. You understand what I mean? Take care of yourself, man. Take care of you. You feel me? But I say all that to just say, I went on a little tangent. Yeah, it just, even saying emotional coercion it rubs me the wrong way as a man, that it makes me feel as though somebody used me, and it makes me feel like I'm being a victim. And the thing is that I feel as though when the world feels as though men can't be victims to something, this is what we get. You understand what I mean? Especially victims to a woman. How did you die from a woman? You know what I mean? Like that's the type of mind state that this world has brought these men up to think like. You know what I mean? Even the women. You know what I mean? Like, how do you get killed by a woman? You know what I mean? Like, and that's she's a human being just like you. Human. She's a human being just like you, bruh. She's capable of the same things you are capable of. You know what I mean? Some a little bit further, some a little bit less. Take care of you regardless. You feel me? And I hope you thrive. I hope elevate in 2025. But like that, let's get back to the rest message. I'm going off on a tangent right now. But
all right. First thing, I'm about to reveal a secret that you gals don't know. Sometimes when you ask us, what are we thinking about? We say nothing. 75% of the time, it's actually nothing. But there's a 25% of the time that it's things like that. And we know you won't understand or won't grasp or won't understand the ramification or where we're coming from. So we shut the fuck up and we just say nothing. We put it in the nothing bin because it's nothing. It's actually nothing to you. It's really nothing. It's nothing to fuss about. It's nothing that we really want to talk about. It's nothing that you're going to be able to understand. So technically, we're not lying. It's nothing. Okay? Second thing, he was just trying to open up on some bullshit. 40 years. It's like you kind of have a relationship with certain things and it's kind of over. It's not so much about the spool of wire. Oh my God, I got a connection with some wire. It's not that. It's not that. It's the realization that 40 years of your life,
There's a reckoning of his mortality as a man. Usually the average age that men die is around 70. We barely make it to 80. And for black men, it's even younger. It's my grandfather died at around 66, I want to say. My father passed away at a younger age, but that was due to a motorcycle accident. But ever since my father passed and my grandfather passed, I just started realizing, oh shit, we don't get to live that long. We don't get to live that long. I say we don't get to live that long, but us as black men, we die very faster, for lack of better words. And that could be due to diet. It could be due to stress. That could be due to, you know what I mean? Just lifing. But you damn sure don't want to unload your trauma on your wife, your mom, your sister, your auntie, your grandmother. So a man would understand it more than a woman would, just being honest. Misogyny, it is what it is. But if you ain't got that, you can always do therapy, you know what I mean? But yeah, I pray that y'all have a friend that understands that y'all can shoot the shit with, you know what I mean? That you could actually just call up and be like, yo, I need to talk about some shit, bro. I need to just get this shit off my chest. Like, I don't know. I ain't got nobody else to fucking talk to, man. You know what I mean? And I got thank God I have 3 of them. You know what I mean? That if I was to be call them right now, and I just go over there and be like, yo, this, and this. You know what I mean? Because I've always been that nigga for them. You understand what I mean? I've always been that nigga for them. You know what I mean? When they was down, shit, I was like, all right, let me put some money to you. I got you. You know what I mean? Help out with motherfucking bills. I got you. If I got it, I got it. If I don't, I don't. That's just my main motto with my niggas. You feel me? But I think that a lot of these niggas is so caught up on the whole aspect of pleasing women. I don't see them doing that for a nigga. I pray that y'all get that type of relationship where it's literally a brother bond with a nigga, bruh. Like a brotherly fucking bond. That's your fucking brother, my nigga. Because this shit right here will make a nigga literally crack, break. We're different.
There's a Quebecer expression that I really like because it really means, it englobes everything that you saw in that video. The expression goes, y'en reste moins qu'en restait. You say that usually about your week. Whenever you had a week and it's like Friday or Thursday, and people was like, yo, how's your week? Comment était ta semaine? Which means there's
less left than what there was before.
What there was before, exactly. Just that expression, it's about your life as well. Listen, the male expectancy is what, 75? I'm 42. I'm more than half.
It's even lower for black men.
It's even lower for a black man.
Oh.
But I'm rich. Yeah, I guess more. No, it doesn't matter.
What you're saying?
Yeah, but it's still still lower.
Yeah.
Y'en reste moins qu'en restait. At the end of the day, that's what it is. Y'en reste moins qu'en restait.
You know, I can speak to moments like this in my life where I've decided to start sharing something that was incredibly important and personal to me. Because I'm not somebody who overly does that with partners. I'm definitely to myself, but if I think I'm really falling for somebody and I want them to really see me, then there are things I'll tell them. And there's definitely been some times where I've done that. And if the response wasn't dismissive, I think dismissive is the right word.
You see, even that right there, he didn't want to make it seem as though she was purposely, because sometimes it isn't purposely, sometimes it is subconscious, you know what I mean? But the repeated offenders, at that point, it's like, personally, I wouldn't take this level of disrespect type shit.
Me personally, I wouldn't take this level of disrespect.
But I've definitely had that. I've had ones that literally I would take them out, you know what I mean? We go out on a date and I wasn't able to be able to well, excuse me, I would take them out, right? But one time she took me out, right? She came and picked me up, and we go on a date, and I guess we was heading back from the date, head back home, and she had to get somewhere. I don't know where she had to get, but she had to get somewhere. She literally told me, she told me to get out. She told me to get out. Because she didn't tell me to get out, but she was kind of insinuating, I got something really important. I need you, you might as well just go ahead and you might as well just walk, you just walk your way. We outside the gate of my apartment complex. She tells me to get out and start walking, for lack of better words. That's what she says. Not literally verbatim, but
wow, man. Damn.
basically, and I was like, I didn't want to make her late to wherever the fuck she needed to go, right? And then I'm a man, so I was like, all right, cool. I get out. I'm kind of playing it back in my head, like, that's some wild shit. You know what I mean? Like, if she was on the other foot, I'm driving her back to her place, and I told her, listen, I got some place to be. I just even insinuating that as we're at the gate, because it's a long line at the gate. That's still wild. But you understand by the human part? You understand what by the human part? Do you get what I mean by we're not looked at as the same type of human beings? Like, because I'm a man, I should be safe. You know what I mean? I'm good. I'm straight. But fuck all the safety shit. What about just respect? Like, just out of some dignity. Like, damn, could you get me to my door? You know what I mean? But we talked about it, and she actually apologized for it. You know what I mean? Once again, going back to sometimes it's subconscious. Sometimes it is subconscious. But we talked about it. She apologized for it. That do stays in a man's head. You know what I mean? On being able to be open and being let down. And not saying that people can't make mistakes, but some mistakes are judged worse than others. That's all I'm gonna say about that. You know what I mean? Some mistakes is spilt milk, and some mistakes is I did not take you into consideration at all. You know what I mean? I got what I wanted out of you, and whoop-de-whoop. And that's cool too. The hell happened? I got
word. It's just like, I'm like, see me, and they close their eyes. That is a different type of rejection, because you don't really ask too many people in your life to truly see you. It doesn't happen. Like, I know I don't. I don't want everybody to see me. Y'all see parts of me, but all of me is a different thing. Yeah. And depending on where you are in that relationship, it could be the end. It could be very difficult to come back from that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Depending on the type of personality you have. For me, it was really hurtful, for sure. And I don't think she intended to. But yeah, I don't know. I just remember that moment very distinctly and being like, ugh. And I wasn't mad at her. I was mad at myself.
Yeah, because you opened up.
Because I chose this person, and I chose incorrect.
Yeah, and you that's you showing your vulnerability. And they say, nah, men need to be more vulnerable. No, you need to be vulnerable with the right people. It's not everybody that deserves that. That's not everybody that deserves that part. Me to open up. But you need to open up more. Maybe you just don't deserve that shit. I don't know what the fuck you're gonna do with that. I don't trust you with that. I don't know what you're gonna do.
Also, this is the other side of the coin. It's also your responsibility to open up appropriately. Some people...
When he says that, I think he means like what I was saying before about offloading your issues onto people. You know what I mean? I don't think you should do that either. That's why I said therapy. If you can afford therapy, go to therapy. You know what I mean? But I understand all people can't afford therapy. You understand what I mean? Some people will say that everybody can afford therapy because you can text your therapist. Texting somebody, therapy is different for everybody. Let me say that. Therapy, how it affects somebody. You will confide to this woman, and a lot of the times, the woman will tell you what women will say rather than the actual. In a sense, I do understand how it can be misconstrued, but it still goes back to stopping as that person's partner, whether you be the husband or the wife, examining the room, reading the room, and saying, oh, you're having a fucking crisis. Like, you're having some type of reckoning with mortality right now. You know what I mean? And I love you enough to be able to realize, oh shit, this is what's going on. And I'll let you process that. I process it with you, and you have that moment with that person. But again, on some ABBA shit, I want to give them the benefit of the doubt, but
a lot of people react to this. It went viral. A lot of people chimed in. The couple decided to respond, and there's all kinds of things being said.
Oh yeah, no, I saw this. Yeah, the lady. Yeah.
So they'd been married just a couple months before this post apparently went up. They had a YouTube channel. Oh yeah, here it is.
That's the book they wrote. Mm-hmm. Good for them.
communication.
I just thought it was ironic.
It is.
That couple is the one who's writing a book on communication.
Is it on communication? It's a new approach to communication. Maybe it's not a good one, but it's an approach. It's a new one.
Nothing about that felt new.
It's like, yo,
That felt old.
why are you crying?
Retried.
Yeah, no. It's
Redid.
It's a new approach.
Refried.
It's a new approach.
Microwave.
Whenever you open up, let me film you and put it online. That's a new approach. That's a new approach. And then brush it off.
Well, to be fair, she might have known that he was going to open up. I don't know why they posted that, but let's learn some more. All right, here we go. So she got a video that.
Hey everyone, I'm here today to talk about Wiregate. I know that we've had a lot of comments about our video. It's been very interesting to say.
Okay, I'm going to say, and I'm probably not going to have much people agree with me. Some of y'all are too old for TikTok. I don't care what nobody says. I really think that way.
The least. None of which I took personally, but what Dan and I did see through all of the comments and all of the responses is that relationships struggle with transparent conversation. Relationships struggle with the honest responses. We have a very...
I'm gonna let her finish. If the relationship struggle, I'm also getting the benefit of the doubt because I think that they said that they were married like a month before, so that's a brand new relationship. You shouldn't be struggling if it was long. If it's long term and y'all still struggling, I get that you want to fix things. That was kind of crazy. I'm gonna let her finish.
A unique relationship, and we play a lot. And just for the record, Dan is fine, and he's going to be home in just a minute. So
Dan is fine.
This shit is funny. Watch what he say. Watch what he fucking say.
I bet. That's probably good his response every time you ask him anything from now on.
What are you thinking about? I'm fine.
I'm fine. Man could be holding 10
That's what I said.
10 things a wire.
That's what I said, though. That's what I said.
You did call it.
That's what I said.
Yeah, Dan, I bet Bubba Dan is fit.
That's what I said. Don't worry about that. What you thinking about? Fucking nothing.
Whoa.
Fucking nothing. But he's gonna say, fine.
And apparently there's another one where they talk together. So
It's fine.
So I can't thank everybody enough for all the comments that you have sent to us about this video that we posted today.
I didn't.
It's like blink twice if you are held hostage. If she has a gun to your head, blink. Like just wink. You feel me?
Take anything personal on this side. Thanks for the comments. I don't know.
and those comments were
What's the hand sign? What they be doing?
There were some people that said, some people that said it was a setup or planned. No, dude. I had this feeling about this as I was using this wire a couple weeks ago, and I kept thinking about it, and I decided to just put it on and talk about my life feels like it's dwindling.
I feel like he's about to cry again. That's crazy.
I blindsided my wife. I asked her to come out and film this because I had this feeling that I just wanted to put this on something, and I did.
He was the one that told her to film it. This was his fault.
She had no idea, and she made a joke about my Jets hat, and many people took that as really poor taste. She's the most loving, amazing person I've ever had. Our communication is incredible.
Blink. If she harms you in any forceful way, blink. Just wink one time.
What we do have to talk about at the end of the day is men, women, everybody being listened to, because that struck a nerve in a lot of people.
What's the noise in the background? Is that her playing and not listening?
oh, did you think it was? I thought it was a dog chewing on a bone.
Maybe.
It sounded like a dog. Okay, and now let's listen to them together. Last one.
Hi, welcome. I'm Dan.
And I'm
this is Cindy.
So fake. This looks so fake.
Dan actually is known as the Wire Man, which is not bad, but very interesting. And we're going to have a conversation with you about our experience this week, about everything we went through.
Never in our wildest dreams did we think we'd get the response that we got from this video.
First, we're going to...
This is me this is just personal. Y'all don't have to, y'all don't have to agree with me, but just me looking at it, it looks like it's very sterile, for lack of better words. The first video, he could have just got his rocks off, talked what he said what he needed to say, but now we're going to
address the video.
Phenomenal.
I had an idea for a couple weeks about doing this video because I had been working with some wire that I bought many, many years ago, and I remember how big it was, and I thought I will never go through this wire. And I just had a couple moments with it, and I asked Cindy, I said, come out and film this. There's something I want to do on this. And I had no idea where it was going to go, or even if we'd post it. But
Neither did I.
and neither did you. And so she just came out to the front porch where I sat with this wire, and I kind of told this story that I was feeling in the last couple weeks, and I might have explained that, and some of you might have heard that, and I just asked her to film, and then at the end she.
That's his fault then. Now I take back all the things that I said about the wife. It's not her not understanding. It's his fault. Do you understand why it's his fault? It's his fault.
I made a comment about the Jets hat, so I want to look at this in two ways. The first way is maybe you
Take a breath. Take a breath.
The first way is how much I appreciate the people, men and women, that resonated with what I was doing. I saw one comment was, "Oh, it's all staged," and then I saw another comment that's, "Oh yeah, check out point 032 and tell me this would be the best actor in the world." Well, let me be clear: it was not staged. It was not planned. I just said, "Put this on film. I want to. I don't know. Maybe for my grand."
In a sense, that is, you can't even say that. Like, why? Why would you say that? I feel as though that the wife may not have been the same response. She was just in her TikTok mode because her husband said to her, come film this. This is your fault, bruh. And then
it's whatever.
It's both of y'all.
Cindy came out and filmed.
But not to interrupt you, but we do that quite often. If we have a feeling, a thought, something we say to each other, we're like, grab the camera, this might end up being something good. We do that often.
It did.
Yeah.
So when you said grab the camera, I was like, I'm on it. Like, I don't know what he's doing, but I'm on it.
We do. We never stage anything. Oh my God, some of the comments and some of the things that people said about men that had stuff from their fathers that had been around a long time, and every time they go use the tackle box, they see the pliers. Who you are.
It's just like my coffee cup. My dad drank from a coffee cup on a Friday morning.
You see what she just did right there? You see what she just did right there? You see what she just did right there? What y'all think I'm about to say? She didn't have to, not saying that her experience does not matter, but obviously if this is a moment for your husband to get off of his grievances of how he truly felt, how this was basically his fault, I feel as though, I do feel like the wife is on one. I don't know how, I just got a feeling. I do got a feeling. But when I say on one, meaning she's controlling to an extent. She's given that vibe of, I have to control certain aspects of you as a man.
And died on Sunday, and I drink from that coffee mug. Thank you for making my coffee every Friday in that coffee mug. And I think that there are things that people hold on to.
What's wrong?
It wasn't about her. It was about, she took over the conversation. This is what therapists be saying. She took over the conversation, which is what a lot of women do. The man was literally trying to express himself right there. She's not realizing that she's really proving his point again.
Sorry.
Why are you getting triggered?
Fucking laisse-le parler, dog. This thing is about opening up. This was opening up. She's interrupting it to talk about a fucking mug. Laisse-le parler. You wrote a book on communicating? The first step of communication is shutting the fuck up and listening. If you want to hear what the person has to say. Fuck that girl. It's just that. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Get on.
It's kind of wild.
It is.
It's kind of wild. But hey, maybe I'm reading too much into this.
Maybe. But I feel
as the comment said, that, it just kind of brings the memory alive. And I think that's, your spool is just stirring a lot of good memories for you, especially with your brother.
Like she's guiding the conversation. What?
You have to do that?
You have to do that. What was that right there? And they kind of did that. A month in the marriage, they ain't looking too far in the future. Communication, my ass.
What? You have to do
J'ai
that?
rien dit. No, because she spoke about his brother.
And he didn't like that?
Man, c'est comme he's already emotional about the spool of water and everything and stuff. So
And
you
then-
went. So
And then she
so
goes,
it's now that you're doing all this shit. It's like when you normally you.
is that what you, I thought she was. I thought he was mad because she just brought up. It sounds like his brother died.
Yes,
Yeah, I think so.
and then it's gonna make him cry. It's gonna make him.
He was about to cry, like just on the other video. Once again, men, please do your research on the women that you choose to marry. They may be nice, they may be cordial. Shit, I know women that will fight God for me. Fight fucking Jesus for me. Like fight they daddy, they mama, and God for me. But they do not respect me. Okay. That right there, she's guiding the fucking conversation. She's literally hijacking what the talking points were about. Now she don't even realize, but she fucked him up again because now he got to think about his brother. It's like, dog, come on.
Right,
That's
but on top, like it's like yo,
Because he didn't bring it up himself.
You know what it is? What it feel? Should I sit now? No, I'll wait after.
Okay.
No, fuck it, I'll sit now. You know what it's not? If it makes me feel like she's like yada yada yada. I understand what you're trying to do.
Okay.
I got it. Yeah, your brother died. You know, spool. Yeah, we get it. Memories.
Now I want to talk about the second part. And the second part is Cindy's response to what I was telling her. We share everything. She knows everything about me. And she made that comment. She was.
I think that's where you fucked up, sir. She knows everything about you because this type of woman should not know everything about you. Not saying that there are women out there that don't need to know everything about you, but this woman, this content creator, even her not even being able to pick up that moment. Like, I'll even give her the benefit of the doubt of the content creation, but that moment right there, she didn't even realize that she was already exposing herself.
Wasn't thinking about anyone else seeing it, and she wasn't even planning it. She was actually speechless, right?
I was listening to you talk, but so often we listen and we're thinking about what we're going to say to someone and we're not really hearing them. And I had no idea what he was doing. Like, we've done a lot of things over, the last year or two, and I'm like, God, he's really good at this. And so I'm standing there thinking, is he acting or is he, doing something? And so of course my mind was on, how do I respond? How do I pull him out of this? We had just had a conversation about how the Jets suck.
How to pull him out of this?
No, because it's just a video.
It was a video.
I didn't know what she's.
It's content. It was content, Ava. It was content. And yes, I still want to believe that women will understand that that's a moment that he's having because I know how emotional the man that I married is or how vulnerable he can be. And that's a moment that I need to treasure, not make content out of it. Once again, reading the room.
Conversation about how the Jets suck and we're such just huge fans. We travel to New York every year to see them. And we had this conversation and we were so sad that they had such a bad year. And then I see him sitting there with that hat on, and I was like, "You're wearing your Jets hat after we talked about them having such a bad year." So it was maybe a poor response on my part, but I think if you understand who we are and how we talk to each other, and the interactions that we have. I mean, all of our friends are like, "Yeah, that makes perfect sense to me. Like, the video was no big deal." But the people that don't know us, don't understand us, really were offended. And I want to address the idea that there's a difference between intention and perception. And I am sorry that your perception of me was what it was.
Okay, people, this is a time to learn some shit. When someone says, "I'm sorry, you took it the wrong way," that is not a sorry. That's not an apology. You know how I know? I do that sometimes. Sometimes I'm like sorry, but I'm not sorry. But people want to hear, because I really don't care. I don't think I did anything wrong. So I'm like, you know what?
Truth be told, I don't even really care for the apology because it's not for me. She needs to apologize to her husband on not acknowledging that moment for what it was. That's what I don't see. And And that's not for me to see either. You know what I mean? That's not for me the world to see. Them even doing this is for the content. Let's be clear. It's for the content. To make to make more than one other video addressing the situation is for the content.
But if you're seeing that from a third person's perspective, like on social media, you don't know the backstory of anybody. Right. And for everybody to assume that she's callous and she's not a nice person and I should leave her, and
I'm not saying that she's not a nice person. Shit, I got some women in my family that would do the same shit she did. I'm not saying that she's this callous woman. It's just that I think that America, the world has a problem with men literally telling women you did something that was hurtful or impactful in a wrong way, right? Towards us as men is either one of the two things. Either you're doing too much or it's not my fault. You gave me this ammo to do this to you. So it's not my fault. It's kind of like the offloading the accountability. You gave me this. Somehow it's back on the man. It's like I said before, you ain't gotta listen, this ain't for me. This is for your husband. You ain't got to say nothing to the public. But once again, a woman that's in that type of mind state that you married because you got married within a month. This is the choice of the woman that you're so-called being with for the forever. She's such an amazing character and not a callous woman. Everything is like
whatever the fuck she did.
Screaming evil. But even me, like shit. Yes, I seen that one moment and I seen enough of other moments to realize that is a problem. That is a problem. And as much as I'm outside realizing that that's a problem, you know what's also a problem? He's a problem too. You want to know why he's a problem? I hope you've been listening. He's a problem, one, because he tried to film a moment. Second, they posted. That's the second. It's another third one. And that part one, where they addressing the situation, he apologizes to her, right? And he's also not acknowledging the fact that twice she's interrupted him. Twice she's interrupted him through the conversation of him expressing his emotions. She's hijacked the conversation. It's a therapy term. I want to say she's hijacked the conversation twice. Okay. And then you also got to talk about her quote unquote apology, her accountability. It was kind of like, I'm sorry that you feel that way, internet, rather than talking to her husband that's right there beside her. None of this looks inviting for my, if I had a future wife with everything that she did, I'd be like, you know what? If I had a future wife, right? If God said to me, you got a vision of your future wife, I'm going to give you a vision of what she's going to do. And she showed me the shit that woman did.
Me personally, I wouldn't take this level of disrespect.
This whole thing has been eye-opening like a motherfucker. But tell me what you think. Tell me what you think about it in the comment section. Do you agree? Do you disagree? If you disagree, tell me what you disagreed on. Because I still like to hear other people's opinions if they're not mine. Maybe I was missing the point on certain sections, or maybe I'm doing too much like the lady would say, or maybe this is somebody else's fault. But comment, like, subscribe, and like that. We gone. Bun.